Okay, we're back at OK SIP Studios again. We're testing the same thing we did in our last video. Again, for a recap, we've got a joist hanger screwed into a 18-gauge steel track that's embedded in the foam and glued to the laminate fiberglass composite skin of our panel. We had to reinforce our test rig because we ended up breaking the wood here and pulling it out over here when we put about 1,700 pounds of pressure on it, which is pretty astounding. We've got over here a gauge, goes up each one of those dashes is about 100 pounds, except that in our case, our ram here is the diameter is about 1.5 inches, which works out to be about 1.77 square inches, and the gauge measures pounds per square inch. So we have to multiply whatever we have here by 1.77. So as example, an easy one, our 1,000 pounds is 1,770 pounds of pressure. We're just doing this this is a part of what our system could be. It actually shows two things: a balloon framing option where we could put 4 joists directly into the wall and build a 2-story high panel. We could build a panel, 20 feet tall and make it a 2-story panel by adding this steel to it. It also simulates what happens when we put a cabinet on the wall. We use our steel in the kitchen behind all the cabinets, so we screw directly into that 18-gauge steel and holds our cabinet up. And part of what we've wondered is, if we had a cabinet full of dishes, would that fall off? And obviously it won't, because we went to 1,770 pounds and then we broke our test frame, so we can see that it's pretty darn strong. So I'm going to go ahead and take this up a little slowly. I can't see the gauge because I'm letting the camera see it. So David's going to tell me when we get to about 500, and then I'm going to rest it there for a minute. You can hear something. We can hear that wood creaking. Ram is going to kick into where that belongs right about now, I think. Probably need a little more hydraulic fluid in here. Okay. Can really feel some pressure on there now. So we're at about 500, which would be times 1.77. So we're almost at 2,000. Almost at 1,000 pounds right there. We've got no deformation really of the panel at all. We've got a minor lift right there because we've really reinforced our wooden test frame now. We've also put a few more screws in the side of this piece of 2x4 to make sure we're holding it down nice and straight. We can see that we've started to form the joist hanger itself, but not really do a whole lot to our panel. We're going to go ahead and take that up, and we'll take it up to 1,000 on the gauge, which would be 770 pounds. That's where our test frame actually failed last time. We can see it is starting to bend a little bit. We've got right in about there, about 1,770 pounds. It's starting to lose a little pressure because we do have a little deformation right here. It's starting to bend a little bit. You can see right in here the foam is starting to press down, and that's starting to rock just a little bit there. So we're going to go ahead and we'll try to take that up to 1,500 on our gauge. We can really feel, I've got a tremendous amount of pressure on here now. So now it is starting to fail kind of the way we thought it would. We're starting to lose. This piece of galvanized underneath here is actually starting to deform out of shape because of the pressure on there. And we can see this 2x is lifted up now. I can put my whole finger under there, whereas before that was just about 1/8 of an inch up above the. So I've got to figure out a way to keep that held down in place better. Here we're going to take, I don't know, where are we now on there, David?
1,000.
We're at 1,000 still, about 17. Yeah, so now we're starting to get failure now at the core, about 1,800 pounds of pressure. We're going to try to rig this up again to test it. I think we're well above where we need to be. We were thinking a 16 by 16 room with 40 pounds a square foot. We'd probably have to be somewhere in the neighborhood of holding about 500 pounds on each floor joist, and we're well over about 1,800 pounds of pressure right there. We're finally hitting the top of we've really contorted that out of shape. That would be our failure mode right there, where we're getting our core is actually separating and the foam was coming apart. So we can see where our failure actually takes place. It's about 1,800 pounds on one single point load on a 1 foot wide panel. So it's a pretty stout panel. And that's it. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks very much. Back in OK Sips, we revisited this video. We just wanted to show, we took the same panel that's already been broken, we brought it back up to 1,000 on our gauge, which is about 1,770 pounds, showing that we're just going to let the pressure off now, and you can plainly see how much, I mean, there's an incredible amount of energy on top of this. You'll see this all drop back down to zero, and watch that panel kind of go right back where it came from. We released that load on there.